whether it was luck, whatever, like, it's probably a 1 in a quadrillion story.
Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
That obviously played a factor. I think Boston sports success, the Patriots specifically, like, we became the face of, like, the Patriot fan.
Totally.
That, I think, played a factor.
I mean, I've always said the COVID was huge. Along the way, there's been, like, tent poles where it's like, but the amount of timing.
Yeah.
Like, it was the Boston sports thing. It was the advent of blogs.
Yep, totally.
We've gone through 2 or 3 social media platforms arriving. You know, if you are a few years older, a few years younger, I don't know if any of this happens. You know?
Yeah, and we
in the way that it
we
unfolded.
Don't, as much as our, like, the people who don't like us will chirp, and they may be our fans. We have very talented people have come either here or come through the doors, and like, you know, the early SNL model thing that I used to say kind of in a way has held true. It's much harder now because talent has so many vehicles. They don't need us as much. So, you know, the pitch is like, we'll put gasoline. But if you're growing on TikTok, you don't need the network.
Right.
You know, necessarily.
Which I think is relatively new, though.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I think you need.
I think it was TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is probably.
I guess there was some
because you could just get so. Not like
really.
TikTok,
Not
you
like,
just get
they were
so
weird,
many
like
so
Jen
fast.
Selter was
Yeah.
like an Instagram star.
Right.
And you had the Vine people.
At that point, I remember I used to have Instagram just for Guess That Ass.
Yeah.
Like my friend follower list was deplorable when I first.
I was
had
talking
to
about that on Mean
purge
Girls the other
everybody
day.
to start following like comedians and whatever, you know.
Yeah.
It was just ass. I
was-
couldn't open Instagram in public. It was crazy.
Go to like egotastic, like
superficial.
Yeah, just go like they got their
Those
new
were the
passes up.
delisted
And I
ads
never
sometimes.
really Michael K. I liked him. I never really gave thought to where those pictures were coming from. I'm like, we're just
There's just a picture on the internet.
Yeah,
we can
like
all use
someone's
that.
just
Like,
putting
no
the-
big fucking deal.
Yeah.
I used to, in italics, like credit source, the AP. I don't know who they are.
I
Don't care.
never gave it a thought. Like, there's a photographer taking these. Like, that's crazy.
What do you think? You got any regrets?
No, not really.
None.
No.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's hard to have a regret because everything led it to here.
That's also people are like, why would you do this? Why would you do that? It's like, whether it was luck, whatever, like, it's probably a 1 in a quadrillion story. Like,
Totally.
the way
Well,
it started.
I didn't finish my thought, but I was going to say it's the talent, but the timing of that is like,
Everything.
that's why it all boom. You know, we would have probably had a nice successful blog, but
right.
The fact that there were so many competitors, and none made it.
I mean, we outlasted
One made it.
Etch of the
Everybody.
Chive and Bro Bible
Total
and
Frat.
Is the Chive still
Elite
there?
Daily.
No, is Chive still
But
there?
I mean,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
I
they're
see them
not-
on TV at bars. I don't know.
Yeah, they have a
Yeah.
Chive channel that's on like
it's
repeat.
right time, right place, right everything. I think, like, I always sort of was coming out of a business perspective, but it really, I think, was the combo. The right time, right place, right everything. I don't know.
I feel like
A lot of lucky
I think
steps.
it was.
I've said that a million. Like, there's many times where if something didn't happen right, like, we wouldn't have been able to continue.
Right, like it was over.
All
right?
the way from the newspaper. Where like this woman, Erin Boyce, who didn't come into the picture. Like, I had no way to make the newspaper. Like, and a friend of a friend's like, she knows how to do it. It was so much harder than I could ever imagine. Like, I would have been fucked if
And
that
then what
didn't
was
happen.
Ian? Somebody was the website.
Ian White.
Ian White.
Yeah,
He was just
like,
he was just moving, and he was like, "I'll build
Yeah,
a site."
I used to hand him the newspaper at South Station, and he's like, he's like, I like reading it. I'm moving. I'll just build you something you can throw it up there quick. And then he just, like, when I'd be like, can you make this change? He'd do it and do it and do
He
it.
used to say like powered by Ian White or
Yeah,
something.
he was the CTO of was it weirdly Business Insider at one point?
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Didn't he like interview to
yeah, he
come
was gonna
back?
come back all
Yeah.
the way back.
We went with what? Jeff the Design Menace instead.
Yeah, who was also. Oh, I haven't. Believe it or not, I have not talked to him. He was with me for like 14 years. After Bubbly Gang, I didn't speak to him again.
He was part of
14
that.
years?
He was there.
Yeah.
He was there from almost the beginning. Yeah.
Really?
He was there. Yeah, from
A
I guess,
long
my
time.
I
whole
didn't realize. Maybe I emailed
Like,
him sometimes, but
the last thing I asked them was when I realized that our website had been copied and he did it. I was like, did you do this? Never heard back. Never heard from him again.
Never even answered.
Nope.
Wow. Where do you stand with the Bubbly Gang? Is it still like on site, as the kids say?
I would say it's almost come to the point where it's like I just hope he's okay.
Lou?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've all seen the roller coaster that is Lou.
Yeah.
The ups and downs.
I mean, that's always Lou.
That's always been.
Yeah,
you know.
this is, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's not great, I don't think.
You don't have, you don't, like, again, it's hard to have a regret when you make $500 million or whatever, but there's no, do you think there was a misstep along the way? Do you ever say, like, I wish if we had done that, maybe it would be worth a fucking billion instead of 650? That's wild.
I don't even know how we got here. So
I know, that's also the thing is like, you know, when people accuse us of like it's scripted or whatever,
that's crazy,
or we're stealing money or whatever. It's like, God, we're just, or you're making up stories.
Chipmunk eating our
right,
and
and it's like
regularly. It wasn't a one-time thing. It was regularly.
If we were,
the internet would drop.
And we weren't sure for a while. We're like, we can hear something in there. It's like we were peeking around. It's like, is this thing going to come at us?